Good afternoon. And would the audience please introduce themselves?
Michael Adderley.
Catherine Adderley.
Natasha Edwards.
Duke Edwards.
Jillian Minahan. Cindy Minahan.
Thank you. 1 in every 12 men will be born colorblind, and 1 in every 200 women will also be born colorblind. That is according to the United Kingdom's Colorblind Awareness Campaign. But how do we see color? Do we only see in color? And do those who are colorblind not see color at all? According to the Arizona State University's Department of Life Sciences, there are 100 million rods in the human eye. Rods process images in black and white. And they are usually most active in low light situations. Have you ever been outside late at night, perhaps, when the sun is no longer shining, and you see something that you know for a fact is a vivid red color, but you see it and it looks black or dark gray? This is because there's not enough light for your eyes to process the color, so your rods are activated and they process the image in a grayscale. There are also 6 million cones in your eyes, and cones process color. They have photoreceptors which use the light to see the color everywhere around you. If you're in a well-lit room or perhaps outside during the middle of the day when the sun is shining, you see color quite clearly and vividly. And there are 2 types of color blindness. There are red and green color blindness, and there's blue and yellow color blindness. Being colorblind does not mean that you don't see these colors at all. It simply means that you have trouble distinguishing between the 2 colors when they're in close proximity. For instance, somebody who's red and green colorblind might look at a piece of red paper with green dots on it and only see the red sheet of paper. However, somebody who's not would also see the green dots. And there are varying degrees of which colors you're affected by. There is one type of color blindness that is not a sex-linked trait. A sex-linked trait simply meaning that it's passed genetically by chromosomes. Color blindness is passed through the X chromosome. And it's called rod monochromacy. It means that you see in black and white. And it's a disease, not a sex-linked trait, that affects about 3 in every 1,000 people. The University of Calgary in Alberta, Canada, did a study on Ewald Hering, a 20th century German physiologist who proposed the opponent process theory. The opponent process theory states that we see colors in 3 distinct pairs: red and green, blue and yellow, and black and white. It says that when you see one of these colors in each pair, your brain cannot process the other color. That is not to say that you cannot see red and green at the same time. It simply means that you cannot see red and green at the same time in the same location. If I were to take a red marker and draw a line, and take a green marker and draw another line right on top of it, your brain would not see a reddish green. It would see brown. Likewise with blue and yellow. It would see green. And black and white, you would see black. This is easily demonstrated by this photo that is right behind me. If you stare at the center dot here for 30 seconds, then you will notice that where normally on the American flag there is red, you see green. Normally where there's white, you see black, and where there's normally blue, you see yellow. When you're done staring at this image for 30 seconds, you have what is called an after image. And would my helper please swipe the image? When you look at this, when you look at this white image, you now see the proper American flag. This is because the opponent process theory, you are processing one color in each pair, and you inhibited the opposite color or the opponent color. And you now are seeing the opponent color in your after image on the white screen. So the three distinct colors give us our foundation for the 2 types of colorblind that we have. And that was given to us by Ewald Hering and his opponent process theory. So next time you're sitting next to an old friend, or perhaps a family member, ask them if they're colorblind, and if they know what type. Perhaps you can provide insight for them as to why their eyes only process certain colors to certain degrees. Thank you. Are there any questions? Perfect. Okay, was that good?
Yeah. How many minutes was that? Did we time it?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.